Thokozani, ngiyabingelela. Ngiyabingelela futhi. Nonke esilwaneni. Kuseyimi thukela. Magedla angiphethe lutho. Ngifuna ukuqedelela, it's a Friday. It's a beautiful warm Friday. Sizokhuluma ke namhla ke. I said my piece on our last live. I am not apologetic about it. I want to say more, but I feel it is not worth it. It will be worth it when someone otwasayo or otwasile wants to know as to why I said what I said. Wants to know as to why I disagree with what the majority of Zangoma is doing. Otherwise, today is more of a relaxed day. Lapho ngizokhuluma with the people. I'll be engaging abantu. We'll be talking about anything and everything ekutwaseni. We are still on the do's and don'ts. Zoktwasa. We are still on the do's and don'ts of abantu abathwasayo nabazongena ekutwaseni. So that will not change. So please stay tuned. I'm looking at another 30 minutes to an hour. Sizokhuluma still nge-do's and don'ts zokuthwasa. And I'll start it off by saying there is another habit yezangoma ezinikeza amathwasa igama lokuthwasa. Today we are going to talk about that habit. Well, we're gonna talk about do's and don'ts ekutwaseni, whether it be sele uthwasa or uzokuthwasa, and the do's and don'ts yezinto inyanga izangoma ezizenzayo. And I'm gonna kick it off. I'm not gonna waste time. I'm gonna kick it off by izangoma ezinika amathwasa igama. Yeah, this one is going to be heavy and it's going to piss a lot of people off. Here we go. Ugobela akakwazi ukunikeza igama. Nasiphi isangoma esithwasile that is honest will tell you that. Ugobela uneqiniso. Sangoma esihlambulukile esineqiniso. Sokutshela ukuthi igama alingeke lize liphume kumina. Kumthetho lawo lowo wonke umuntu othwasile knows. Abantu abangathwasile ngeke bayazi leyo nto. Ugobela akakwazi ukunika igama. Igama liphuma kumnikazi. Hello. Igama lakho lokuphila lokuthwasa liphuma kumnikazi. Ubani umnikazi thukela? Ubani umnikazi thukela? Umnikazi mntanami ulo muntu oyimbangi yokuthwasa kwakho. Ulo muntu osizathu sokuthwasa kwakho. Umnikazi ke lo. And that, my child, is the only person ongakunikeza igama. Igama bantu bami angeke uzulithole kugobela. Ugobela okunikeza igama lokuthwasa, I don't know what the fuck they doing. igama lokuthwasa. Kungakho uthola ukuthi amagama repetitive. Uthola abantu abangungunyama, you have 15 yabongunyama, you have 1,000 yabo double amanzi, you have 1,000 of abothokozana nabo thokozile nabo mthokozisi, and all of that shit. It's nonsense. Igama ulithola kumnikazi lo muntu osathu sokuthwasa kwakho. Alitholi igama kugobela. Awulitholi igama kugobela. But I've paid attention to abantu abanikezwe amagama abogobela. Bayibika ukuthi bona bazangoma ngamagama abawathola kabogobela. And indaba yegama bogogo, ngikhuluma nabantu bathwasayo ke manje. Indima or indaba yegama bogogo, umnikazi angakunika noma siphi isikhathi, noma siphi isikhathi. Umnikazi uyodabuka yena kulokho, akuvakatshele, akubikele ukuthi ubani, akunike nesizathu futhi lapho ebekade ehleli alindile. Ngoba uthola ukuthi manje umuntu, mina ngiyugobela, ngimthiya, let's say flower, ngithiya lo mfana ngoflower lo, akasiyena flower lo. Ngifundisa ukuthi lo mntana maphahla, makathi yena ugogo flower. Kungakho ezothi lo mfana mephahla aphahla izinto ezingabuyi. Izinto aziphahlelayo azibuyi ngoba ubika into engekho. Those are the other things abantu abathwasayo are faced with. Yes, igobela lakho might teach you the most perfect way yokuthwasa or yokuphahla. I mean, they might teach you the perfect way of projecting your desire kubantu abadala. Kodwana the moment inkafulo yakho ingakho aligned, there comes a problem. Inkafulo yakho is not aligned when ukhuluma ngento engahlangani nokuthwasa kwakho. A second, give me a second. Look at this. Kule ndaba yezangoma ezithwasisa restation, asithi idlozi lakhona likufuna emanzini. Lo muntu okuthwasisayo akakusile emanzini. That's the point of alignment. That's where the journey of being aligned begins. It starts there, leyo journey leyo. You have to be aligned with amathonga. Qala ithonga la ngakini likubiza emanzini, lo muntu okwelaphayo akakuse emanzini, or ngeke usemanzini wenza I'm the total opposite of what idlozi elidingayo. Kungoba izangoma zamanje azilaleli idlozi. Umuntu ujahela ukudlisa igobongo engazi ukuthi idlozi lifunani. I'm gonna take a second and allow you guys to breathe. Uthokoza akangeni egodlweni umdlisa igobongo. Kukhona emathwasa ekuthiwa bingelelwe izolo sekebosha ubuhlalu. Kukhona emathwasa adla amagobongo umuntu ekabingelelwe egodlweni. Ngithi hayi, no uyenzani? Yenzani? Lo mntwana idlozi lakubo alikambikeli lutho nangale ndawo akuyona. Semdlisa igobongo. Sekunakeleke lapho. Sekonakele. Uyabingelelwa this weekend. 3 days within ukuthwasa kwakhe sengugogo uthokozile. Hayi njani wena hawu. Mntana mulithole phi legama? Hayi legama lithongwe ngubaba. Masimba. Don't get me wrong. Lento ingaza kugobela wakho ngethonga. Don't get me wrong. Kodwana if ugobela wakho uthwasile kwamampela ngeke sakutshele lutho. Uzolinda lelithongo, uzokuphahlela lo gobela lo. Athi bantu abadala vakashelana imvana wenu. Nimbikele lento engibikela yona. Kulapho ke leli dlozi litawudabuka khona. Libheke kumnikazi. Kukhona abantu abathwasile. Baningi. Abangazange balibona kwalidlozi umuntu athunalo. Umuntu wangena ekuthwaseni, wadla intwaso, waparola, waphothulelwa lo, walendela zonke izinto zemoya engazange alibone kwa idlozi leli athi uthwasa ngalo. Uzibiza ngegama elinganqamene nawe. Ngoba isangoma leso othwasa kusona is neglecting their duty. So instead of taking ownership yomsebenzi umuntu athe uyakwazi mawena ungene egodlweni, they try and take shortcuts. They know iprocess yokudonsa nokudlondlobalisa so that labantu abadala basondele bakunike lento abafuna ube nayo. They know that this thing is going to be a process. Let me just create a name. Wena mvanam, from now on unginamacango or unginamacephe or ungino foundation. Shit, I can give you any name. Why? Lapha ngizojabulisa idlozi, ngizonikeza wena umuntu ongena idlozi ukuphila. Manje kungani ngizokuthiya ngento ethandwa yimina? And then isubheading yami ithi mina ngithwasisa umuntu ngethonga. Uthwasisa umuntu ngethonga kodwana wenza izinto that go against ukuthwasa kwalo muntu. These are things people should pay attention to. Should pay attention to these things. Ngoba they are real and they are happening. Ujahe ukuyothwasa kwindaweni abantu abayi-25 kanti bonke labantu abayi-25 babhanqa. So wena uyoba ngunumber 26 wezibhanqa. Ujahela uyokuthwasa kwindaweni abantu abayi-30 kanti uyokwengeza inani lezibhanqa. Why? Kungako ngithi wonke umuntu uyongena ekuthwaseni. Qiqa. This is not a journey you just wake up and take. That is why I've said in the previous lives, isangoma esithi kuwe ngena ngakusa, shesha uthwase. Hey. So feel. You're dead already. Isangoma esithi kuwe shesha uthwase. My duty is to turn on the lights. What you do when the lights are on is none of my business. My duty is to tell you, give you a guidance. Guiding someone is telling them indlela esuka up esilwaneni eya edwesi is northwest. And on northwest, keep on the main road to focus on this turn and that turn. The obstacles in which you're going to meet on your journey there, and there are 5 more routes that go that direction. They will take you exactly there. You can go up this direction, you can go down this direction, you can go down this direction. But if I give you the right directions, irregardless of what you discover or come across in lilini yako, you will get to the destination. That's what guidance is. Giving a person a route and a destination. But if you give that person a route, even this, sometimes I always align the simplicities zokuthwasa with common logic. Go to Google Maps. Go to Google Maps and type in a destination. Google Maps will give you the direct route and the safest and fastest route from the point you are standing to where you say you want to go. But on your way there, you can take any wrong turn. Google Maps will find another route that could lead you back to your original route or give you an even shorter route to your destination. That is what Sangoma should be doing. Sangoma should be Google Maps. This means I might give you a destination lapho ozothwasa ube sangoma esingangami or ngaphezulu kunami. Sangoma esihlambulukile would desire for you to be even above them. Trust me. Sangoma esihlambulukile would desire for you to be their successor. Sangoma esihlambulukile ke leso. So, isangoma samampela, sangoma esihlambulukile, would be a Google Maps to you. They will tell you, mamela mvanami, wena uyethwasa, futhi udingwa emanzini. Noma, let us stop this talk yamanzi ngoba emanzini has been the topic for many years angoma ezenza amasimba. So let me just leave indaba yamanzi ngoba akuthwasa ngamanzi kuphela. Ziningi indawo lapho umuntu angaze athole kuphila khona. Kukhona abantu ababizwe kumawa. Kukhona abantu abathwasela umqolomba. Kukhona abantu abalandela imaluze emakhosi. Amakhosi athethe intungo. So let me not focus on amanzi kuphela as if that's the only thing I know. Ziningi. Lapho maybe ubize ematye namhlophe wena unamakhosi athethe intungo. Lapho uyandlondlobalisa khona. Uzwa ukhwazwa, uzwa ubizwa lapha nalapha. Lento awukayazi ukuthi wenzekalani. Sangoma samampela sokubikela mvanami wena udingeka kuphi nakuphi nakuphi. Kumele uhambe uye emqolombeni ngoba kulapho kuphila kona ledlozi elizokusebenzela khona. Nalapho uzothi mhla walanda wathabatha kongokwalo lizokunikeza amandla. Now I've given you the destination yokuphila kwakho. I won't say twasa ngomso. I will not say twasa next week. I won't say twasa ngoku. Ezinye would they go so far that they tell you, no, ibu twasa ngoku and then pay me next month. Pay me later. They are so obsessed with the collection yabanvu. I'd rather have 2 yamatwasa than capture 10 yamatwasa angelutho. eyoba nami ndiqokelela itoti. Ndihamba ndiqokelela itoti. Empty vessels. Wena. Why? Why would I focus on 10 yabantu aba empty, abangathwasi, or engeke nze ngikwazi ukubelapha? Let me not beat up abantu abathwasayo okanye abahlukunyezwa dlozi. Let me mur izangoma, because sele ngoku unamathwasa ayi-10 angathwasi, or ayi-9 out of the 10 ayithwasa, kuthwasa only one. It's the doing yesangoma lento. It's the doing yesangoma. Ngoba umuntu ufuna indumo, umuntu ufuna ukuthi yo unamathwasa lo. I would rather have one thwasa mina, or 2 yamathwasa, if leyo 2 yathwasa. I'd rather have 1 yethwasa or 2 yamathwasa, if that 2 iyathwasa. Lapho mina ngizolandela ithonga, ngilalela ukuthi abantu abadala bathini kulemvana. And that goes with ukuhlola. Kukhona abantu abangena ekuthwaseni bengazange bahlolwa. Iva-ke mvanami, ukuhlolwa ayikukubhulelwa. Ngoba ngiyazi kukhona umuntu ohlanyayo ozobheka le video athi hayi mina ngihlolwe 1,000 times. No, uvunyiselwe 1,000 times. It's not the same thing. There is ukuhlola komuntu othwasayo. Isangoma esithwasile sokutshela ukuthi before ngikufaka ubuhlalu, before you, this is stage number last. This ubuhlalu, stage number last. You can be 2 months, 3 months egodlweni ungagcokeli ubuhlalu but uthwasa kwamampela. Asithwasi ngebuhlalu thina. Asisona izangoma zensimbi. I always tell abantu babami ngithi kule ndlela yokuthwasa abantu babami nizohlangana nabantu abathwasayo, nizohlangana nabantu abanxiba insimbi. I'll let it sink in. Endleleni yabantu abathwasayo, there are 2 kinds of people. Laba abathwasayo nalaba abanxiba insimbi. And laba abanxiba insimbi, they make a lot of noise. They make a lot of noise. They think they're that. Until the time it comes for them to be that, they're not. Ithi umuntu akahlole akakwazi. Ithi umuntu akadonsi idlozi andlondlobale akakwazi. Umuntu before andlondlobale uchaya isnaff, funeka umuntu abe high before adonsi idlozi. Or umuntu before ahlole before andlondlobale kumele anathe afumane ithot. If le dloti lakini lidonswa ngotywala, there's a problem. If uthi uyathwasa le dloti lakini kumele unxile before lidabuke, there's a problem. If ukuthiwa nayo imvunulo ngene endumbeni uthwasa before uvumisele umuntu ufuna ukuchaya isnaff, there's a problem. Uyaqhunywa before wena uthi uvumise, that means uvumise uqhunyiwe. There's a problem. There's a problem. If you're a real sangoma, go there clean-headed, sober-minded. Go. Babonise lapho ukuthi uthwasile okwamampela. Go. Hamba. I sometimes feel I need a round of applause. Shit. Anyways, yeah, it's a Friday. Nganibingelela esilwaneni. We are 26 minutes in the live. Namhlanje, I'm continuing the talk of things you do and things you don't do ekutwaseni. The do's and don'ts ekutwaseni. And I shot the head by saying, isangoma or ugobela onikeza uthwasa igama lokuthwasa inkinga. Ugobela who gives uthwasa igama lokuthwasa inkinga. Igama lokuthwasa liphuma kumnikazi. Ubani umnikazi? Umnikazi ulomuntu oyimbangi yokuthwasa kwakho. Uye kumnikazi. Umnikazi ulomuntu oyimbangi yokuthwasa kwakho, osizathu sokuthwasa kwakho. And yekeni lento yenu yokudabuka namagama from home. Utshela mina, ungajaheli ukudabuka ungandlondlobali. Ungajaheli ukuba negama ungaliphiwe. Uyabona ukuthi kunemathwasa la sebabikwa ngamagama. And then you think something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. Sangoma sineqiniso sokutshela. Sokutshela sithi mntanami, akho lutho wrong nawe. Idloti lakini lizovela mhla isikhathi salunga. Idloti lingavela mhla sawukhishwa. Libika ukuthi liwubani. Lingavela ngethongo. Lingayibika lona lidabuke mbamba. Noma kungadabuka emunye imvu. Utawukhafula lokho isangoma esikwaziyo. Sangoma samampela siyakwazi ke lokho. Sithi nalo igama lakho mfanami. Singathi sangoma kuwe, hayi una 2 weeks songenile egodlweni. Wena ngoku igama lakho unguphephetshane wena. Or wena ngoku unguvula amacango. Or hayi igama lakho unguvala amacango. What the fuck? Why? I can be respectful kuwena by calling you ngesibongo sakini. Lapho kangilahlekisi. Angukulahlekisi mangikubiza ngesibongo sakini ngoba ngibiza lapho umlando wakini wokuthwasa ukhona. I would rather be called Gatsheni mina. Vele nguye Gatsheni, ngeke nze ngijike. Noma uthi hayi noyapha. Or hayi Dzana, angikhathali. Rather umuntu umbize ngesibongo sakubo ke. Hayi ukujaha ubuningi igama elingasilona elidlozi lakibo. Hayi wena hoyi. That is why even if I teach you the most perfect way yokuphahla, if you are still calling upon someone who does not exist, a name I made up, awungeke uze usabeleke. Because you are, if this was a call, umlungu would tell you that the number you have dialed does not exist. Yes. Basically, isangoma esikunikeza igama sifana nomuntu okunika telephone number enga existiyo, and they tell you to call someone. Yes. Isangoma esukuthiya igama uthwasa sifana nomuntu okunikeza inamba enga existi. The number you have dialed does not exist. Now you are wasting your airtime calling a number that does not exist. You have abantu abana magama ngayithu. Angazi bangaphi ongonyama engihlangene nabo in my lifetime. Angibazi bangaphi abongonyama engihlangene nabo in my lifetime. I know kukhona ihlanye elikhona la elizothi hayi bangabo babalwa, hayi bangapho Yolanda, hayi Come on. Ish. Yes. Some of you fall in love with the name. Some of you fall in love with the name. It's sad. And until you call upon that person, and that person, that actual person, uzohlala ulambatha. You'll stay in limbo. You'll stay in limbo. You will stay in limbo. And limbo is a very painful place to be, because the most people who are stuck in limbo are convinced that they are moving forward. They're painfully convinced that they are moving forward. Yo. Yeah. I'm breaking a lot of norms today. Actually, this week is a norm breaking week. Alright, let's move along. Do's and don'ts ekutwaseni kulapha abangenayo kwi-live. Kulapha esikhona. Sesikhulume ngokuningi-ke manje. I'm commencing. At the point of continuation, ubuhlalu. If lapho thwasa khona, within the first 3 days ungenele ekutwaseni, sebegcokisa ubuhlalu, khona inkinga lapho-ke. So uqatha udaka lapho, idumane, nakho konke okunye, khona inkinga-ke lapho. Khona inkinga lapho. If within the first 3 days yongena kwakhe egodlweni sebekudlisa amagobongo, khona inkinga lapho. Idloti lakini lizobika ukuthi liphi ibhudlo okanye esiphi isigayo engisidingayo mina. Kukhona abantu abadla igobongo umuntu engazi noma kukho yini ngaphakathi. Abantu sebathwasa nje ngokungudlela ezimhlophe. It's because they don't know anything else egayayo lapha. They just knew that, oh, khona indlela ezimhlophe. It started there, it ended there. Kanti igobongo kulapho ushiya khona inkafulo zokuphila. Kulokho uthi lento umuyidle uyinathe uyikhafulela. Ihambe lapho ithume khona. So you can't simplify it by just guying undlela ezimhlophe and leave it at that. These are the do's and don'ts of umuntu ongena ekutwaseni. Ngiphethe iswazi lokushaya tikwekwe. Ngishaya tikwekwe ke manje. Ngishaya abafana. Ngishaya abafana namhlanje. Ngishaya tikwekwe. Betha amakhwenkwe namhlanje. Betha amakhwenkwe namhlanje kumbi mkababa kumbi. Let us commence. Do's and don'ts ekutwaseni bantu bami. I'm going to take a second for this one. However, it might get personal for some. Yeah, things you should pay attention to maungene egodlweni or ungene ekutwaseni if you're new to indima yokuthwasa. Don't pay attention to this indima yodaka. I know there's an obsession yabantu nodaka. There's a very huge obsession yabantu nodaka, and it worries me because abazi lento abayifunayo abantu odakeni. I've explained udaka and how udaka works. So this obsession yabantu nodaka worries me. regardless ke ba uthwasa kuphi or uthwasa ini, uthwasa mhlophe uthwasa bomvu, angazani nobomvu nomhlophe mina, so I'll leave that part. Do's and don'ts ekuthwaseni kubantu abangena egodlweni. Ifake emva nami, mungena egodlweni koko, before wabingelelwe egodlweni, this thing yokuphahla okanye ukubhabhatisa, stop it. If igobela lakho can't tell you as to why ubhabhatisa, then don't bhabhatisa. If they tell you as to bhabhatisa, ask ugobela why ubhabhatisa. Ubhabhatisa is this. I know about it, they do this, I don't care. But ubhabhatisa, ubhabhatisa. Ask ugobela, don't do that thing unless you know why you're doing it. Don't do it unless you know why you're doing it. And the point of learning goes with questions. If you are going to learn something useful, something that will amplify who you are, you would have to learn to ask. You have to learn to ask, and you have to learn to be able to digest certain questions or answers. Digestion part is only understanding. It's neither here nor there. So these are the do's and don'ts ekutwaseni, and I'm continuing. I've shifted with the part yamagama. I've shifted from the part yokuhlalu. I've shifted from the part yokudla igobongo. Zangoma, talking to you. Nina abantu abathwasayo or abathwasile, naba abantu bathwasile. Stop lento yokudlisa abantwana babantu igobongo. Lo mfana ungekamazi nobihlo lakubo lidingani. Stop this thing. And I'm not going to blame abantu abangena ekuthwaseni because they don't know better. To them, when some yamathwasa, if umuntu udla igobongo at the first day yokungena kwakhe, to them they are saying in their minds that nansi lento ebendizele shem yenziwa. No, ayiyo le uyizele le. No. Ufaka ugear 4 wena kimoto engekahambi. Ufaka ugear 4 kimoto engekahambi. Sewudla igobongo seka establish no gear 1. We have to establish the first gear. We have to first see ukuthi idlo lifunani. That goes with inhlolo. That goes with the process yokushayelelo. That goes with the process yokubonisa indlela yokuhlehla. Uyaqonda? Futhi ukuhlehla could be divided into two. Ukuhlehlisa nyuvane nokusondeza isingi semoya. Bantu abahlehlayo would know that. Kukhona abantu abangazange bahlehle ebomini babo bathi umuntu ugogo such and such. Kukhona umuntu ongazange ashayelelwa kodwa ungugogo such and such. Angazi ungangibuzi lutho. I don't know nami. Khona abantu abangazi abayazi noma kuyintoni ukushayelelwa kodwa uthwasile yebo ugogo bani ngigugogo Thokozani or ngugogo Thokozana or something or gogo Mira, I don't know. I don't name abantu abamnima nebazukulu. Akhona munye mva nami engamnika gama mina. I'm saying this even I know kuzoba khona izangoma ezobona lento zithi thukela mina ngalinikeza igama likagogo. Yes, walinikeza. It is not your place. Bring lo mfana kule ndawo wena obona kuyona. That is what they are paying you to do. They're paying you bring them kule ndawo wena sangoma obona kuyona. Then when they get there, they'll understand. Ungajaheli ukulahla umntwana ngegama. Hayi man, let's stop this. Kodwana angikhona lapho bengisengishifta ngiyashifta ke manje. Another thing. Kulaba ke bamanzi, because apparently everyone ubuye emanzini. Well, everyone here ubuye emanzini. Kulaba ke bamanzi. There's something else that you need to pay attention to. Kukhona umlando endimeni yezingisemoya esenziwe eduzane kwamanzi. Kukhona umlando endimeni yezingisemoya esenziwa phakathi emanzini. Kukhona umlando endimeni yokulanda kwezingisemoya esenziwa phansi kwamanzi. Yabona restation ba lost ke manje. Abona restation zonke into ezithwasa restation are lost. Ba lost ke manje. Abayazi bayephi yenziwe eduzane kwamanzi, abayazi yephi yenziwa phansi kwamanzi, abayazi yephi yenziwe emanzini. Abalazi ihlobo luni ledlozi elandwa eduzane kwamanzi, kupho lapho undledlobesa khona, kupho lapho oqewulisa khona. Abazi lutho. Kodwana umuntu uzungomba isifuba uthi mina ngithwasele. So yeah, angilwi. Hayi, kukhona abantu abazobona lento bathi athukela uyalo. Angilwi. Hayi, angilwi. Hayi, angilwi. We're not fighting here. But if I'm not gonna say it, who will? If me nathukela, I'm not gonna say it, who will? Because from where I'm standing, I don't see a person who can or who's willing to. Angilwi. Some of the people about bathwasa zange bashayelelo, they don't even know the terminology. Some don't even know what igobongo is. When I say some, la badlulile zimhlophe ngihlangane ke lapho. Awudli kwagobongo ke wena, so you and I are not in talking terms anyway. We are not in speaking terms now, so let's just leave it at that. Makela, don't jump into twasa. These things happen to you ngoba kuthiwe sheshe uthwasa. Bathi kuwe sheshe uthwase inkinga leyo. But okay, let us say mhlambi lento kwade kuleqa le. Mhlambi, I don't know. Angeni ndawo mina. Okay, mhlambi lento kudala kuleqa ne? Okay, wangena ekuthwaseni. Red flag number 1. Okay, you commenced. Red flag number 2. First day yongena kwakho ekuthwaseni, so ubosha ubuhlalo waqatya udaka. Okay, 2. 3 in fact, because zinto zimbini lezo. 3. Number 4, bakudlisa ibhekile or bakudlisa igobongo. Error number 5. Error number 5 is bakunika igama. Umnikazi uzokunika igama. Lizosondela igama kini kuwe ngethongo. Amathongo azovakasha akudlulisela igama lalo muntu oyimbangi. Umnikazi, for those who don't know what I say okanye what I mean when I say umnikazi. Umnikazi ulo muntu oyimbangi yokuthwasa kwakho. Usokunika igama lo muntu lo. Uzoyibika ukuthi ubani. Akubikele nesizathu sokuthwasa kwakho. Ngoba kukhona abantu bathi umuntu umhla idabukile. Dabuka kwamampela lo. lakhe alikhulumi dabuka ngesihlungu kodwa kulokho akazi noma mhlaya dabuka ngesihlungu kungoba kwensekeni futhi nesangoma lesi simthwasisayo asazi lutho. Buza ugobela lo uthwasisayo ungani mawugogo bani adabuka ekhala. Uzwe umsangano uzokhulunywa lapho. Uzwe umsangano ozokhulunywa lapho. But buza, sangano or not, I'm okay with a person if I ask you something and you lie to me. I'm okay with that. And that thing brings a peace of mind to the person who's being lied to. Because now you don't assume. A year from now, when you know better, or a couple of months from now, mase weqile ekuthwaseni uthwasa kwendawo ozothwasisa kwamampela ke lapho, you will have the nerve to point at that person uthi wena wangilahlekisa wena wangikhohlisa. Some of you can't even go kulabantu abanithwasisa amasimba nithi wangithwasisa amasimba because you didn't do anything about it when you were there. You were not asking questions anyway. If you had asked the relevant questions, don't allow into ezokwenziwa ungazi yenzelwane. Ukuthwasa mawungenile ekuthwaseni ufana nomntwana osesikoleni. You have to be inquisitive. Ungakhathali. Uyabuza. Sangoma esiyaziyo into esiyenzayo will always give you an answer. They will always give you an answer. Laba bathi basikhulume ngakusa baseyocabanga ukuthi bazakukhohlisa bathini. If isangoma sikhutha something from the Bible, ubuze baba lento ihlangana naphi nokuthwasa, athi ungibuze kusasa, hey usayokhangela i-flip file lo azakuxoxela ngazo, uzakuxoxela futhi kusasa and uzokholwa. Sayokhangela i-flip file usayo phandlulula yokhangela 72 pages lapho that are full of lies that will feed their agenda. You pay them the money, they fuck your money up and they leave you broke, and then they say marry on your way. And then you finally meet someone ozokufundisa into eyona. Now you are blinking 1,000 times. You don't know. Ula. And now all of a sudden you have questions. But kungani wena mkhulu lento yenza kanje, ngobaba yenza kanje. Kungani wena usithi ngithi hey wena nonsense. Do you think if lento iyenziwe kahle kuwena ngola esilaneni? No. Manje. Oy, hlala phansi. The do's and don'ts zokuthwasa makele. Kulapho ithukele likhona ke manje. Kulapho ithukele likhona. We are busy with the do's and don'ts of ukuthwasa. Umuntu othwasayo sele ungenile igodlweni, umuntu ozothwasa nalaba sebathwasile. It's not too late. We know that yes kwenziwe into engesiyona lapho othwase khona, but now we are fixing. I'm giving you knowledge you didn't have at the time. So I forgive you for not being inquisitive enough then to make sure that you know everything yenziwayo when ungavumi noba uyintoni. Nesangoma esokutshela ukuthi beyidomete muthwasa masimba ke lawo. Ayikho lonto exist. I exist lonto. There's only one person ozokulukuhla. Naye akanayi right yokulukuhla but uzokulukuhla ngoba uyazi ufunani. Sangoma leso. Wonke nje omunye nje umuntu. Shaya lento. Shaya mikujwayela kabi lento. Phuma naye phandle. Uthi bheka la wena. Angizile zokuthwasa kuwena la. Yes. Futhi mina ngithwasa ngedlozi lakini. Yes. Thatha. Usho. Ga! Faka isibhaqo. Yes. I'm not condoning violence. niyazi nibe smart ke kwinto ezingenamsebenzi ndiyanazi ninxama uba smart kwinto ezingenamsebenzi kwezi funeka nibe smart kuzo yiyo. Yes, we are on the do's and don'ts zokuthwasa. Ngisho kubantu abangenayo ekuthwaseni sele bangenile nalaba bathwasayo nabaqedi kudala kuthwasa, because abanye sebaqedile kuthwasa but they are still suffering from the same things. So I'm advising everyone, angikhethile balala dlozi, I'm advising everyone. So this is a notebook that I'm writing for abantu abathwasisayo, abantu abathwasile nalaba abathi bathwasile, laba abathwasayo nalaba abasahlushwe emadlozi abazokuthwasa. Shem, nalaba abangazazi noba babuya noba bayaya nabo ngiyababingelela. Ngithi lapha kulapho enizothola khona ulwazi. Kulapho enizothola khona ulwazi. I had said to people that le ndima yokuthwasa, le ndaba, the topic yokuthwasa is going to be a very, very long one. I might go more than 2 months talking about ukuthwasa because there's a lot to talk about. So, yeah, I'm still on the ukuthwasa tip. After that, because I've had people abanenkinga neilwane, ngizokhuluma ngeilwane. I'll just punch in indaba yezilwane in between ngoba nayisa line endima yokuthwasa. I'll dedicate maybe Monday or Sunday evening for le party yezilwane, ngoba inkinga nayo abantu ngoku bahluleka ukubona idlozi, bahluleka ukwazi mhlawumbe umuntu evashela abantu abadala nakho nje konke okunye ngoba umuntu wabelethisa isilwane or kulapha wathi wathwasa khona bamnikeza isilwane. Manje idlozi alisakwazi ukufika kahle kuyena, lapha idlozi lithi liyamvakatshela khona alisamfici kahle kulokho ngoba uyembese isilwane lo. That too I will attend to. It's going to be in the topic yokuthwasa nayo, but I'll just dedicate yona 2 or 3 days yayo because it's quite serious and baningi abantu abathwasayo nabangathwasi, ekhona abantu abathwasayo ekhayeni kubo abambese isilwane. So there will be a time lapho ngizophatha khona kindima yezilwane, abantu abalala nezilwane, abantu abavashela zona, abantu abaphila nazo, nalapho izinto zabo ezibophekile khona abanye abahlala nezilwane. So I'll get into that. Kuloko Magedla, ngiyabonga, ngiyathokoza mina. I'll give you 15 to 20 minutes midnight tonight. If you are awake, namhlanje 12 o'clock, tune in. Silwane sobe si live namhlanje kusihlwa 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock I'll be live and I'll go deep into what I've just already spoken about. And if there are people abazobe be live or awake at the time, it's a Friday. Majority of you is going to be awake, but doing something else. It's okay. But ulapha abazobe be awake at 12 o'clock tonight, namhlanje. I'll be live at 12. For those abazobe be live, please tune in the live. 12 o'clock. Hey, 12 o'clock. I'm okay. I'll entertain you even if you are tipsy. Trust me, that's when you're not going to hold back. You're going to ask all the crazy but right questions. Lezi manje enosabayo kusibuza. Because some of you want to type. They want to ask. Ngodwa umuntu uyesaba ngazi ukuthi wesabani. Thokozani. Lokho ngiyabonga Magedla. Izobuya ibonani. Nda.